Hi there, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the vlog. These are always, of course, my least favorite episodes of the vlog to make. Today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Duke Fakir of the legendary Four Tops. I always loved the Four Tops. I've made videos about them before, and this is really the end of an era. I guess I always kind of thought Duke Fakir would just tour forever. I mean, didn't we all? He was the leader of the Four Tops and this is crazy. Well, I don't know about leader the whole time, but he became the de facto leader over some time. But he was an original member of the Four Tops from back in 1954 and toured with them for 70 years. Isn't that absolutely crazy? So he held on for so long that it just seemed like we would never have a world without him fronting or being the last link to the original Four Tops anymore. Some people will know that the Four Tops predate Motown. They signed with Motown in 1964, had so many hits throughout the 1960s, but they were founded out of high school all the way back in 1954. They were the Four Ames before they got the Four Tops name, and have had just the most amazing longevity, like I said, of pretty much any singing group ever that I can think of like off the top of my head. Every single one of the original four members of the Four Tops toured together until they physically couldn't do it anymore, and I think that's an amazing thing. They were not a band that had a lot of lineup changes through the years. It was always the same four guys as long as they were able to keep doing it. You had, of course, the original lead singer was Levi Stubbs, the great Levi Stubbs, who continued to tour with the group until the year 2000, when I think it was a stroke that curtailed his ability to perform, but he still made a few guest appearances with the Tops here and there until he eventually passed away in 2008. Lawrence Payton toured with the Four Tops until he was the first member of the original four to pass away, unfortunately, in 1997. But for all those 43 years, from 1954 all the way to 1997, it was the same four guys, and I always thought that was amazing. You had Obie Benson, the great Obie Benson, who passed away in 2005, unfortunately. But even he, towards the end of his life, he had a surgery, Obie did, where I think they amputated part of his leg, and he continued to perform with the Four Tops for just a little bit longer, until he wasn't able to do it anymore. And since 2005, since 2005, Duke, who just passed away today, had been that last link to the original Four Tops glory days. And more than the glory days, like I said, it was just the four of them for so long. Duke Fakir continued to tour. I know he suffered a fall in approximately 2017, 2018, somewhere in there, that forced him to sit down on stage for parts of the show. For the last few years he toured, but even after the COVID pause, Duke was back touring with the group in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Just recently, I was looking at Four Tops performance footage and trying to find out if they were going to come to town anytime soon, and I was really upset to learn that they had just come not too far from me and played a show in Seattle last August, which, looking back now, I think would have been one of Duke's last performances. So I am so upset that, I've seen so many great legendary stars perform, but I never got a chance to see the Four Tops with original members. I've just done some looking on the internet to try to see when exactly Duke stopped performing with the Four Tops. It seems to be approximately September or October of last year. I found some Four Tops performance footage from September of 2023 where Duke is still there, and then some from October where he appears to have a replacement member in his place. I seem to recall seeing some footage like that a while back of the Four Tops sometime over the course of this past year performing without Duke, but it's almost like I didn't want to believe it. I was like, you know what, this is from far away. Maybe that is Duke up there. I just can't quite tell. But no, it seems like due to health problems, sometime this past fall, he was forced to retire after 69 years actively touring with the same band, from being straight out of high school at 18 years old to he was 88 when he passed today, as of when I'm filming this. Just amazing. Literally spent virtually his entire life in this group. And like I said, I never thought this day would come. He was pushing 90, but he always seemed to be in good spirits up there on stage. Even when he was forced to sit down, if you watch some recent Four Tops performance footage, even when he was forced to sit down on stage, you can still see him. He's still doing the moves as best he can, the original classic Four Tops stage moves. Anyway, it is always so hard to see another link to the original glory days of Motown no longer with us. We still have so many, thankfully. We still have Stevie Wonder and Smokey Robinson and Otis Williams and Diana Ross and still a lot of the great classic stars. But as the years go by, moments like this are so difficult. I do genuinely wonder if the Four Tops are going to actually keep performing. I was looking online. I wasn't really able to find the name of whoever's been filling in for Duke these last series of shows here, but yeah, I wonder if they're going to continue booking dates now. Seems to be the thing now that even if bands have no original members left, they will still put together shows of all sort of second generation, so to speak, members of the group. I have no idea if they're going to go ahead with that. I assume they probably had a couple of tour dates scheduled that I would guess if they had a replacement plan for Duke anyway, they'll probably go ahead with. I know they still tour with the Temptations, who still have Otis in the group. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to read this today. I know he was quite elderly, but still, you know, there was something about his incredible consistency that, like I keep saying, I never thought this day would come. If you have any more information that I missed out on in this video, or if you wanted to share any thoughts, let me know in the comments. I don't really monetize videos on YouTube, but even if I get to the point where I will, I always like to mention that videos like this that are sort of in memoriam videos are not something I would ever monetize at all. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll have more rock history related content coming at you really soon. I'm not going to do any post-production much on this video, but I always do like to mention, usually I have a disclaimer at the top that says that I'm filming this video on the traditional unceded territory of the Katzie and Kwantlen peoples, but I'll just mention that now. And yeah, going to spin some Four Tops records, as I'm sure so many of you out there are going to do as well, and take another look back through the history of this amazing group. Like I said, a couple years ago I made a video on their history. I'll link to that in the description. Thank you so much for watching. So sorry to hear this news. I'll talk to you guys again, hopefully really soon.